All right, everybody. This is going to be a quick run through over what the test is going to cover next week. First, we have, of course, our terms. You need to know pretty much all of these. The test itself will be laid out with some terms first. An argument is something you pass when you have a function. You pass it from that function to, or I should say from a main or from wherever you call it to that function. DQ and InQ are operations on a queue. DQ takes something out of the front of the queue. InQ puts it in the back of the queue. First in, first out. This is a queue. This is FIFO. Whatever the first thing in the line is, the first thing is the one that comes out. Last in, first out, LIFO. This is a stack. When you think of a stack of books, you can only take the top stack off, which means the last thing you put in is on the top. That's the first thing that has to come off. And of course, method, well, you could also say function, but method, function, kind of interchangeable here. I may change that in the future to function, but method's usually the term used in Java, function in pretty much every other language. So basically it's just us making something to perform certain tasks. A little set of code. We say its name and it runs whatever is within that code. Null is just another way of saying something's empty. You can get null pointer exceptions and various other things. I think Python gives like attribute error sometimes if something's null. An object is just me creating something. At this point, we should have created quite a few objects. In fact, some customer objects, for example, to go in our queues. Pop allows you to take something out of a stack. Pop takes it off the top. Push pushes it on the top of whatever's there. And of course, a queue is a line and a stack is, again, a stack. And I got a few extra little terms here for like objects and stuff. A constructor, default constructor. Instantiation means creating that object. And a field is just one little piece of data that's in that object. And of course, a class is basically the object you're going to be creating. Now, the test itself, of course, will cover those terms. You'll also have, I would say, compared to, let's say, programming 2 that I usually teach, I have a lot of, here's some code, what is this code going to do? You won't see exactly that, maybe one or two questions that are similar to that, but there'll be a lot more theory questions, like, can you explain what a queue is? Can you explain what a stack is? If I give you some push-pop operations with this kind of set up as the basis for the stack, what is the stack going to look like at the end, or the queue? You'll have to do those. At this point, we should have done at least an assignment that is essentially the same as that. Yeah, and that will be roughly what you'll see. You'll see a couple of discussion questions, making sure you understand what the actual things we've covered are and how they work, maybe where they would be used, and that sort of thing. And at the end, of course, there'll be a little programming assignment, and more than likely it will be, all right, create a stack and a queue and do these operations. You can use your code. We've already built, a couple of those in class already. So essentially, you're just going to kind of review back over that. That's what the program would roughly be. And that is your quick review over what the test is going to entail. So if you have any further questions or anything like that, just let me know.